So Alban BEQIRI makes his way towards the boxing ring.
And now, please welcome in the blue corner of the ring, the boxer representing Panama, Eduardo BECKFORD.
His opponent is Eduardo BECKFORD of Panama. He's making his way to the blue corner. We're in the 71-kilogram light middleweight division, and this contest between boxers from Albania and Panama. The man wearing red is Alban BEQIRI, 27 years of age, competing in his third contest of the World Championships in Belgrade here. First appearance at the World Championships for BEQIRI. And that's the exact same scenario for the southpaw wearing blue. Eduardo BECKFORD takes a clipping left hand to the top of the head there, the taller boxer. It's going to be very interesting to see how this one plays out, because BEQIRI, compact, explosive individual, often loads up with hefty looking swings, but just as in that instance there, they often don't find the mark. When they do, it can be spectacular. Scored a first round stoppage over Sierra Leone's Mohamed Silla of Sierra Leone in the first preliminary round, the round of 64, then took a 4-1, over Boniface Mania of Kenya. A unanimous decision in the first preliminary round. And then it was a unanimous point decision victory over Simonas Banis of Lithuania. But it was very similar to the first contest in that it was plenty of this type of posturing. There was a spectacular left hook that he landed against the man from Lithuania in that contest. But the accuracy ratio wasn't very high at all from BEQIRI. He's very good at slowing down the contest to suit his tempo. Now, how is that going to work against a southpaw as tall and rangy as BECKFORD? Left hand to the body appeared off the mark, and then the hook upstairs went behind the head of BECKFORD, so no scoring shots landed in that exchange. Wasn't too far away with that body shot there. Beautiful southpaw left from BECKFORD, which was one of his better punches. There he has success with it once again, and during the trade-off, well, courtesy of his two-shot success during the exchange at the start of it, it has to be BECKFORD who got the better of that exchange. He stopped Mohamed Silla of Sierra Leone in the first preliminary round. Body shot attempt was blocked by the elbow, countered by a southpaw right, and then another flicking right jab comes out. Roundhouse left landed with the inside of the glove from BEQIRI. Again, no accuracy on those roundhouse swings from BEQIRI. BECKFORD not particularly interested in a touch of gloves. I think the man in blue did enough to take that by virtue of his more accurate work. This man's efforts looked spectacular, but they didn't have the accuracy that's required for them to be scoring punches. But how do the 5 scoring judges see it? And BEQIRI has taken it on a 4-1 split. Only the judge from Wales preferring the work of BECKFORD. Some of the action then. Shot to the gloves. Missing the mark. Counter left hand from BECKFORD. So I think the replays we're seeing are a fair reflection of what transpired here. That right hand did get through the middle from BEQIRI, but I am surprised that the man in red took it on a 4-1 split. So into the second round we go. Eduardo Beckford competing outside of Panama for the first time in his career. The international tournament for BEQIRI during the course of his AIBA boxing career. He competed in both editions of the European Games, comes to the ring as the 4-time national champion of Albania, backing off behind high-held gloves. Beckford attempts a body shot. BEQIRI cleverly turned the tables, picked off by a southpaw left jab, the cross. The follow-up southpaw left missed by some distance from Beckford. BEQIRI scoring with a good double left jab. There's a solid right hand through the middle from the man in red. Now he backs off, having enjoyed success. Beckford coming forward, terrific straight shot volley from him before BEQIRI employed good movement to avoid the follow-up and then block the other shots with his gloves. Straight right hand, a scoring shot from BEQIRI. And a nice movement again to make the man in blue miss. Good right hand slung into the body by Beckford. Reciprocating with a right hand downstairs of his own is BEQIRI. Good defense with the gloves from BEQIRI, and then making himself small to make it difficult to catch him cleanly. Swing and a miss from BEQIRI. Beautiful right hand to the body landed by Beckford. Good defense with the gloves by Beckford. Good work upstairs and downstairs by BEQIRI. That's a looping overhand right which scores from BEQIRI. And a counter right hand to the body is a really solid shot from the man in red. The final right hand of that cluster did get through. Beckford has got to get busier here if he hopes to get his way back into this second round for my money. But BEQIRI, his accuracy has increased. On the resumption, it's a good right hand down the middle from BEQIRI, who was countered by a left hand to the body from Beckford. Hitting after the command of stop from the Panamanian boxer wearing blue. That's a good right hand to the body twice from BEQIRI. At the end of that cluster, the left hand around the corner was a slap with the inside of the glove. Beckford comes back with a feather light left cross, and that has to be a BEQIRI round. Very good round indeed from the Albanian boxer. His accuracy increasing considerably and controlling the tempo to ensure that he didn't take many punches cleanly from the tall southpaw wearing blue. Thought he was then fortunate to lose the first on a 4-1 split. He's lost the second on a 4-1 split, so we've got 2 scorecards of 19 points apiece, 3 scorecards of 20 points to 18 in favor of BEQIRI. So he's in a commanding position going into the third and final round. So into the third and final round we go then. And Alban BEQIRI in a really strong position on the scorecards. But you can perhaps tell from the physique of Beckford that he can generate a fair amount of leverage in his punches. But the accuracy of both men pretty low to begin this third and final round. Disengaging and trying to box off the back foot is BEQIRI. But Beckford's got to do more here. He can't just follow the man around the boxing ring if he hopes to overturn this deficit. Because I feel that BEQIRI is boxing in this manner to conserve his energy. So surely the onus is on Beckford to press and try and test the man and see how he makes it through this final 3 minutes. Because remember, Beckford is trailing 20 points to 18 for judges 3, 4, and 5. Now he tries to quicken his feet, but he's literally following BEQIRI around the boxing ring. And BEQIRI cleverly is letting his hands go just to keep Beckford occupied, but it's as though Beckford is accepting this type of tempo. I do find it rather strange. Now remember, it's the first World Championship appearance for both of these men. Beckford not experienced on the international scene. Tries the left uppercut, right hook there. But again, it's a very clever job from BEQIRI because he's the man controlling the tempo. Dropping his hands and edging his way backwards, and Beckford content to follow him. Surely he just needs to quicken the gap if his conditioning will allow him to do so. Close the gap quickly and let his hands go. Because I think this is a real, what you would call in the pro game, I think BEQIRI is old manning him here. The 30-year-old, the 27-year-old from Albania is old manning the older boxer. Beckford, 30 years of age. And he just stays busy often enough to keep Beckford honest. But Beckford, for my money, has got to roll the dice. Because at this type of tempo, this is suiting BEQIRI down to the ground. There's a good left hook from the man in blue. Burst of activity from BEQIRI will buy him some respite as he gets up on his toes and backs off once again. And he's doing a good job of moving in the pocket to make sure that Beckford misses. And Beckford, to his credit, is trying to quicken his feet, but the 10-second clapper is imminent. Swinging and missing repeatedly. And he simply hasn't been able to find the man. Killing the clock is BEQIRI, and he's going to go through to the quarterfinals. I have to say that's a very clever display indeed from Alban BEQIRI. Beckford raising his arms, but that's more in hope rather than expectation, I suspect. Again, the scoring of the first round I found a little bit harsh on Beckford, to say the least. But then going into the third and final round, he faced a 20 points to 18 deficit for judges 3, 4, and 5. And he managed the third round very effectively after boxing well in the second, BEQIRI, with accurate shot selection and greater punch output. Here's the verdict. And there is confirmation of a split decision victory for Alban BEQIRI of Albania. He takes it 4-1. 3 scorecards of 29-28 returned. Judges 4 and 5 from Morocco and Bulgaria scoring all 3 completed rounds in favor of BEQIRI, and his corner absolutely delighted. He managed his way through that contest very effectively indeed. Solid boxing in the second round, clever bout management in the third round, and it's BEQIRI who goes through to the quarterfinals. He will face off against Zayad Hashesh of Jordan in the evening session in 2 days' time. Excuse me. 2 days' time, yes, is when that contest will take place.